Hi, my name is Abby and this is Craft Studio, and I'm trying to do a little something different today, and I'm trying to get the camera right, but it's not working. Okay, hello, welcome, how are you today? I thought I would do something a little different today because today is my birthday and I wanted to do something special for you guys. So, if you watched my craft cabinet reveal video, I just showed my new cabinet. This is a antique, I guess you'd call it a hutch. Has 3 shelves, has a cabinet down underneath, and I got it at an estate sale. Very, very inexpensive, but it's beautiful and I love it. And so anyway, I was just going to share about that because I showed it to you, but I didn't really talk about it. So I wanted to talk about it. So on the first shelf, I just have some cotton yarn, which I've been using primarily for my knit dishcloths, the ones I've been practicing and trying to get better at my knitting. So that's on the first shelf. These 2 little dishes, I believe I got this at Hobby Lobby. I just have like stitch markers, some darning needles to weave in my ends. I have a little mini highlighter. So yeah, this is just a little, has a little yarn ball at the top. So I got that at Hobby Lobby. And this one also has stitch markers in it. This is an antique I found at a antique shop, and it's just a little dish. I think it's kind of like a jewelry box almost, and I hold stitch markers in there also, and an extra darning needle. So anyway, that's that. These are my winter caroler dolls. This is Faith, this is Margot. This is my little penguin. This was from Virginia Lindsay, her book Pretty Birds. So that is my little penguin. You already know my dolls. This is Lily and Alice. Those are my rag dolls. Alice was, I'll go ahead and take her off. Alice was my first rag doll that I made. And it was a free pattern, free tutorial from Tessie Faye Design. So I made her to look like Pippi Longstocking. So she's mismatched and raggedy, and but I think she's super cute. And then this is a larger version of Alice, and this is Lily. And I just recently sewed some patches on her just to make her look a little bit more scrappy. I put one there and one there, because I just think they're so cute. But this is a larger size. This is, I just took the pattern pieces and enlarged them on my printer and then made her exactly the same. So there's just 2 different sizes, but they're exact same pattern. So that's that. This little guy is I call him Mr. Snowman because he actually looks like a snowman. This was actually, I did not make the doll. This was, I found in an Etsy plain doll. It's just white solid doll. So I added the buttons and I did the mouth. I added this little tie, the bell. I did the piece of fabric on his stomach. And then I tried to do some what looks like bootlaces. I was just practicing. I was just playing around, just trying to get a feel for primitive doll making. Primitive dolls I have just started making recently, and they're meant to look old, they're meant to look worn, and a little strange. So lots of mismatched buttons. I used mismatched thread. I left strings showing. That's all purposeful. Some of them, I know are not pretty. But, I don't want everything to be perfect and pretty, because I think you can find beauty in the being different and appreciating art. I don't know how you feel about it, but I am more relaxed and more comfortable when I can make something freely and I don't have to make it exactly like it's supposed to look, and not make it like everybody else, and I'm not so stressed if something doesn't turn out right. So I can just do whatever I want, and however it turns out, I say, yes, it was supposed to look that way. So that's why I enjoy the primitive dolls, because they're not cookie cutter dolls. They're not, perfect, beautiful. They are their own unique project, and you will never make another one like it. So one of a kind, unique, and that's what I love about them. So anyway, this is, I guess, Mr. Snowman. Anyway, he has arms and legs, but that's okay. All right. All right, now can the camera, let me see if I can tilt up a little bit. So up here I have a jar of vintage buttons. Let me see if I can get the camera right. I have this pin cushion. I did not make that. I found that at an Etsy shop. I made this doll. This is Ruby. Now Ruby was sourced from scraps of clothing that I cut up. So this was a pair of corduroy pants I used for her hair. Her dress I actually made from my very own Christmas pajamas, and then that fabric was given to me. And I also used for her face and arms, I think it was tea dyed muslin. I dyed it myself using tea bags. So that is why she's very special, because that's the first time I made a doll using that. Up here, I haven't quite decided on a name for her. Let me put the camera down so I can show you appropriately. This is going to be an interesting video. I would have had my brother filmed, but he had to work today. Okay, so this doll, I gotta move the camera again, sorry, started out being my very first Amish doll. It was a Lizzie Lap design, and it was out of a book, and it's not supposed to have a face or hair. It's supposed to have just solid fabric, and then a bonnet or a hood or something. Oh, my phone just went off, sorry. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and give her a face and try to make her look like a Raggedy Ann doll. As you can see, it didn't turn out quite right, but that's okay because she's a primitive doll. So I I had so much fun because her hair, I actually used, this is raw wool, real raw wool. That's why it looks so funny and stringy and silly. I just love it. So I gave her little pigtails, and of course I did mismatching buttons for the eyes, and I sewed on a little triangle nose, which is kind of a distinctive trait for Raggedy Ann dolls, and then I did her mouth. I crocheted the dress. The pattern for the dress I actually got from my Crochet Rag Doll book by Sasha. And then these are her, she's got little boots on, and her little tights there. And all of my dolls, I put a little heart on their chest. And then on the back, I also put a tag that has my name and the date on it. So you know it was made by me. Or I know it was made by me. And I did stain this doll. I think I used the coffee, cinnamon, vanilla mixture. But anyway, there she is. Yeah, she was very interesting. I haven't, like I said, I haven't figured out a name for her. I was kind of thinking Charlotte, but I'm not positive on that yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll just call her Annie. I don't know. But anyway, there she is. All right. Let me see. This teacup is very special to me. It was given to me by one of my very good friends for my birthday last year, and it's just so beautiful. And it has a chip in it. It didn't come that way, but it had. I don't remember how the chip came about, but I didn't want it to get any worse, so I put it up on the shelf. But it has a Bible verse. It says, "He hath made everything beautiful in its time." Ephesians 3:11 says that on the saucer, and I just love that, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I will use it every now and then, but I'm just keeping it up there for now. And then there's a picture of my grandparents. They are both passed away, but they're very near and dear to my heart. I was very close to them. They were in my life, my whole life, from when I was, a baby, and then, so very special to me. And that I made, this was solely made using my treadle, my antique treadle sewing machine. This is my primitive bunny, my very first primitive bunny. I named her Hazelnut. So she was made without a pattern. So I completely drew out the body, the legs, the arms, the ears, everything. The face I actually drew on using or getting the idea from a pattern piece that was given to me. And let's see. And then after I put her together, instead of staining her to make her look old, I used paint. Now some of the primitive doll makers I have seen mix the paint with the coffee stain, but I just decided just to paint her, so that's why she kind of looks messy and dirty. But I used an acrylic, acrylic multi-surface paint, and I just brushed it on the whole front, and then I let it dry, and then I turned her over and painted the back. I used a contrasting fabric for the inside of her ears, and then also for the inside of her paw, or her hand, and then the back of her foot. I used that. Now her feet and legs are two different sizes, and even her paws are different sizes. I did not match anything up. I did not measure. I was not careful. I was just playing around, and actually, when I started this, I was just practicing. I wasn't even going to make anything with it. But as it progressed, she actually turned into something, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to continue on with it. And I think she turned out really cute. I really love her face. I think she turned out really cute. There she is. Little hazelnut. So, anyway. Okay. So you want to sit? Let me share my chickens. But you guys have seen my chickens. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know about my chickens. This is Tilly. This is Tilly, the chicken, and this is a pattern and tutorial by Virginia Lindsay, and I just think it's adorable. It really is adorable. They're cute. They're fun to make. They're pretty relatively easy. She has a full tutorial on her YouTube channel, and it has little pockets on the sides. I did make 2 hens. I made sister hens, but I sold the other one. So that was Florence. So Florence is gone. So Tilly is still here, and then I made a rooster, and this is Cornelius. So yeah, he has a bit of a longer tail, has darker, more vibrant colors, but nonetheless, I think he's still pretty handsome guy, and they keep each other company. So. Sea Penguin was from this book, Pretty Birds. This is from Virginia Lindsay, of Ginger Cake Patterns and Designs. And you can find this book on Amazon, and she also has a channel here on YouTube. So I'll put that there. Sorry, I just shook the camera, didn't I? The Amish doll, which was the Lizzie Lapp design, is from this book, Patterns for Making Amish Dolls. And I found this on Etsy, I believe. So it has the pattern for Amish dolls. And then there was also let me see if I can share the picture of the Lizzie Lapp doll, so you can see what it was supposed to look like. The Lizzie Lapp doll is the one on the far left, right there. As you can see, she has no face, and she's wearing gloves, and there is a hood you can make. I did not make the hood. The bonnets and the dresses and the clothes were all pretty, oh, you can't see, sorry, all pretty extensive, or not extensive, very detailed, and I'm not that good of a sewer yet. So those were a little bit beyond me, which is why I opted to crochet a dress for my doll. Okay. The crochet dress I found in this book, Crochet Rag Dolls. This is by Sasha Blaise van Wogtendonk. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm sorry. She's from the Netherlands. This is an excellent book. Excellent patterns. I love all of them. I've made 4. I made the penguin. I've made the dinosaur rag doll, which I shared, and I made, the next one is the hedgehog, which is Halcyon. here's little Halcyon. The hedgehog. Isn't she cute? And I just finished her recently. She's a new make, and she is just the cutest little thing. She kind of folds up, if you can see, just like a hedgehog does, you know. But anyway, and I love the very detailed stitching on her back to make whatever those things are, and on her head. And I decided to use, instead of the worsted yarn this time, to use the, I think it's a 3.5 hook, and the can't remember what it's called, the stone washed Chappie's yarn on her. So she is the size she should be. You know, my other ones I use the worsted yarn and a 4mm hook, so she is the size. But I just love the details. This took me quite a while because it's not difficult, just a lot of new stuff. And instead of I use a different color for the nose. In the pattern, she uses black for the nose and the eyes, and I used I can't remember what color that is, but anyway, and then for the eyes, I just put the little safety eyes on. I thought that looked cute. And also, the pattern makes ears, and I made them, and when I went to put them on, it didn't look right. It didn't look right on mine. On hers it looks great, but on mine it did not look good. So anyway, I left them off. And these quills, you can quills, I don't know what they're called. You can turn them so they face the other way. You know, they're independent. They're in rounds, if you can see that. But yeah, very, very interesting, very cool pattern. And I loved the look of it, which is why I opted to make it because I've never seen anything like this, and I loved it. Like I said, it took me quite a while. It's a lot of pieces and a lot of different stitching, but I'm very happy with the outcome. So that is it was a joy. It was a joy to make. I love her patterns. So that is Sasha. Let me see. Oh, so the primitive dolls I've been talking about. A lot of the inspiration came from this book, Purely Primitive Dolls, and this is by Barb Moore, and I found this book on Amazon, and it talks about just making your own dolls however you want, shapes, sizes, colors, stitching. I'll just show you a couple pictures of her dolls. They are one of a kind, works of art. They are for display. They're not for little children to play with, of course. And she gives all kinds of ideas. And I'm just never made dolls like these before. Never. But I love it because, like I said, you can play around with it. You can make it your own. And there's never going to be a doll anywhere in the world like the ones you make. So I really like these. At first I was like, oh my goodness, what? Oh, but I like them. All right. Let's see. Here's the pattern for the hedgehog by Sasha. You can find this on Etsy, on her Etsy shop. This is actually in her new book. But it has not come out in English yet. It is in Dutch, but she said that it is going to come out this summer, sometime this summer, in English. So I am waiting for that, and I will be ordering that book from her. Let's see. And I think that's all I have to share. So thank you so much for watching, and like I said, take care. God bless. I will see you in the next video. Bye. What I'm doing. How I'm about batteries running low. Hang on. Let me plug this in. Okay. I'm plugging my computer. Or my computer. I think we're charging now. I hope it's still filming. Yes, I think it's still filming. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, my battery is just about to die on my camera. So, anyway, okay. So, yes, I decided to use the